Let's do a quarterback tier list for all of the 2025-2026 top quarterbacks entering the coming year, man. I have a total of 26 quarterbacks that we're going to put on this tier list. And my list, Heisman candidate, elite, 1 year away from really being, whether it's good enough, elite, Heisman candidate, just 1 year away, raw potential, and the worst category needs some time, man. And with that being said, let's hop right into it, man. I want to do a little bit more college football content, the sport, not just the video game. So we're doing exactly that, man. And my first one, it might be a little bit of a hot take, but Carson Beck, man, he transferred to Miami. He's going to go into my elite category, man. And obviously a lot of people didn't like the season he had. He had a pretty bad season. That's why he's not in the NFL draft right now. I shouldn't say a bad season, not the season everyone expected. Everyone expected him to be a top draft pick. Everyone thought he was going to be a first-round draft pick, and he's transferred to Miami for one reason or another, whether it's a football reason or another reason, we're not going to know. But I believe he has something to prove, man. There's no way we all think he goes from a top draft pick to not even, an elite quarterback in college football. I think it's a redemption year. He'll have some talent around him in Miami. Not to say he didn't have talent in Georgia, but he will be good, man. He will be an elite quarterback. He's going to bring honor back to his name. I believe he'll have a pretty good season, man. I really do. Will they make the playoffs? Maybe. Will they be a championship, national champion? Probably not. But I do think he is going to be an elite quarterback, and he will prove it this upcoming year. Eli Holstein, man, Pitt quarterback. I think he is elite to a year away. Now, I don't want to throw everyone in the elite category. You will see I will not put everyone in the elite category. But I generally think Eli Holstein is one of them ones, man. I think he's a very good quarterback. As a freshman last year, the season that he put up with Pitt, they was undefeated at one point in the season. I believe it was like 8-0. And he's an elite quarterback in my opinion, man. I think he will have a pretty good season. Next, let's move on to Arch Manning, the young lion, the young dog. He's probably going to go in the Heisman candidate category, man. First year as a true starter, and we seen flashes last season. Everyone knew what he could bring to the table, man. As long as he's going to be a starter in college football, he's probably going to be a Heisman candidate, and everyone expecting him to have a pretty good season. So for that, he's going to go into the Heisman candidate. Next, Dylan Raiola, former 5-star quarterback that started this past season for Nebraska, and he's entering his sophomore year with 1 year of starting. I believe Nebraska went like 6-6 before that bowl game, something around that. Some people was thinking he was going to have a Heisman type season last year, man. And that made me sick to my stomach. And no hate against Nebraska or Dylan Raiola, but people really thought he was going to win the Heisman as a true freshman, man. Some of these commentators, some of these professionals was saying he was going to win the Heisman. And far from it, man. I'm going to put him in the year away category. Borderline raw talent, or raw potential, I should say. But I'm going to put him a year away. I think he'll have a better year than his freshman season. I mean, of course. But I don't think he'll be an elite quarterback by any means this upcoming year. I think he'll have a better season. Nebraska, we'll see what the program is moving forward. Matt Rule, we'll see what he do with the program. But, I think he's still a year away. Junior, senior year, I think we'll really see the best of, Dylan Raiola. And he'll maybe be in an elite category by then, man. Caden Salters. And I feel like people are sleeping on Caden, man. He transferred from Liberty to Colorado, and he's now going to be Colorado's starting quarterback. And he had a pretty good couple years at Liberty, man. He is no slouch. Even though it's a group of 5 program, he is going to be in the bottom half of the elite category for me, man. I think he is going to have a very good year at Colorado. I think the only issue is they lost their best players. Obviously their best quarterback, the Heisman Trophy winner, but they also lost all of their other 3 good receivers, man. Will Shepard, Travis Hunter, Jimmy Horn, and then also LaJohntay Wester. They lost all of their top talent. Who's going to replace them? Well, they got some young lions, and they also bringing in a couple guys, man. I think he'll have a pretty elite season, even with, the talent drop-off. Do I think Colorado will be as good as they were this past season? Probably not, but I do think they'll have a winning record, and I do think Caden Salters will play as an elite level his senior year, looking to go on to the NFL. I think he'll play at a pretty elite level, especially what we've seen Shedeur doing that offense. Now you bring in a quarterback that's still going to sling the ball, but now you could bring the legs element, man. Caden Salters could use the legs like Shedeur couldn't. Can he throw it like Shedeur? Probably not, but he could definitely use them legs. Cade Klubnik. And we're also going to put him in the elite category, man. And you might think everyone's not going to go in this elite category. Trust me, man. But Cade Klubnik, pretty good quarterback, man. If you haven't heard of him, he's Clemson starting quarterback, and he's a pretty good thrower of the football. And maybe Cade should go in that Heisman Trophy or Heisman candidate category, but we're going to just put him at the top of the elite category for now. He threw for 36 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, another 500 yards on the ground, so a little bit of a do-it-all type quarterback. Week 1 of this coming season, they play LSU, man, and I think the guy that should be in first place for the Heisman candidate is going to be Garrett Nussmeier, man. One of them ones. A very good thrower of the football. Y'all see what shirt I got on. But no, even if I wasn't involved with LSU, I still would probably put him as one of my top quarterbacks in this upcoming year, man. And like a pocket passer that could really throw the ball all around the field, gunslinger. I think LSU will have a pretty good season. They'll have a pretty good record, and also you got to have a good record to be in the Heisman race. So that's a big part of it, having a good season, also all of that type stuff. So I believe he'll be up there in the Heisman Trophy race. But point is, week 1 of this coming season, LSU versus Clemson. That thing is going to be a movie, man. It's going to be a movie. Right now, LSU is favored in the game. Do I bet? No, but they're favored in the game, so we'll see how it actually plays out. But super excited to see that. Next, let's go with Mr. Goggles, man. Lenor Sellers. We're also going to put him in the elite category, man. He's a pretty good quarterback, man. Believe it or not. He's a pretty good quarterback. As a redshirt freshman last year, had a very solid season at South Carolina. I feel like South Carolina had a pretty good season that was a little bit unexpected for some people. Some people were sleeping on South Carolina. They also got some freshmen, bringing some portal dogs. This is going to be a pretty solid team. They should start the year ranked as well. And they got a returning quarterback who is pretty darn good. I'm going to put him in the elite category, man. And maybe we got too many people in the elite category. And let's go ahead and fix that, man. Next, we're going to do Dante Moore. I'm going to put him in a year away, man. We're assuming he's going to be a starting quarterback for Oregon this past year. Redshirted his freshman year, or redshirted this past year, really. But, was able to sit behind Dylan Gabriel, learn the offense, and really should take over this Oregon offense. I'm just not much of a believer in Oregon, man. And, for one reason or another, I'm just not an Oregon believer, man. I'm not a Dan Lanning fan, believer, whatever. I'm more of a Colorado type guy, if you get where I'm putting down. And that's no hate, but I think he will be a year away, man. First year really, leading Oregon offense. His junior year, he could be in this elite category, really could be in the Heisman Trophy category with that Oregon roster he got behind him, but we'll have to see. Next, let's go Kevin Jennings, and he is SMU quarterback. They made the playoffs this past year. And, did they deserve to be in the playoffs? Maybe. But did they get blown out? 100%. We're going to put him in the year away category, man. He had a very good season last year. SMU had a better year than a lot of people expected. Do I think they'll duplicate that? Do I think they'll double down and have a better year this coming season? I would say no, just being honest. So I'm going to put him in the year away category. Do I think he's a good quarterback? Yes, I just think him and the program is a year away from really, competing, even though they did have a pretty good year this past season. I don't want to say it was a fluke, but, I just don't expect them to do it again. Next, let's talk about Josh Hoover. And he's probably one of the best throwers of the football in his upcoming year, man. Like, pocket passer. He's not running that ball. Had negative rushing yards this past season. He's not looking to throw that thing, man. Not looking to run that thing. He's looking to pass all around the field. The unfortunate part, he plays for TCU, and they're just not a phenomenal roster right now. But he is a very good thrower of the football. And it's tough. Do you put this guy in the elite category or a year away? Where do you put this guy? In all honesty, probably a year away category, man. Maybe he should be in the elite category. And the more I think about it, just because he's such a good thrower of the football, and that's I don't want to say the only thing he brings to the table, but that is his main attribute. A lot of these other guys, they could do a little bit both. They could run the ball too. Not Garrett. He could run it a little bit, but he's not looking to do that. But Hoover, He's going to throw that thing around the field. We're going to put him at the bottom half of the elite category. I do think he'll have a very good year. I just don't think TCU will have a very good record. And therefore, if you don't have a good record, it's tough for you to be considered an elite quarterback. So this is a tough one. Like I said, we're going to put him in the bottom half, elite, borderline, a year away in my category. Next, we have Julian Sand, man. Young guy, redshirt freshman out here. What is he going to do? Is he going to be a starting quarterback? We're assuming. I went ahead and throw him in a raw talent category, man. We just don't really know what he's going to be moving forward, man. I don't know if he's going to be a guy. And that was actually the wrong picture. This is the right picture. That's Julian Sand, man. They both had number 10 on, it looks like. But, like I said, I just don't know if he'll be a guy his first year actually playing. We haven't seen much of him actually on the field getting reps, playing the games. So I'm putting him in the raw potential. He was a former 5-star, committed to Alabama when Nick Saban retired, transferred to Ohio State, and should take over this coming year. But first year starting as a redshirt freshman at, one of the biggest schools in the country, coming off the, championship, just not exactly sure what we're going to get from him. Put him in the raw potential category. If he doesn't play well, they're not going to be scared to put another guy out there at quarterback. This is a team that want to win right now. So for that, raw talent, raw potential, just not sure if he'll be, elite. And let's go with the guy that we thought we picked for Julian Satan, but no, it's Ty Simpson. I'm gonna put him in the need time category, man. Honestly, need time. And he's been waiting. He's been a backup quarterback for a couple years now. He should have a very good grasp of that Alabama offense. But that's going to be a competitive quarterback room. He don't play well, they're going to yank him. They are going to yank him, man. They have some talent behind them. They have a 5-star young lion that I imagine they won't be scared to put out there at quarterback, man. So it's Alabama. They didn't have the season they wanted. They wanted to make the playoffs. They barely missed it. I imagine if Ty Simpson don't come out hot, they're going to change quarterbacks. I'm going to put him in the need time category. I just need to see it, man. He has about 50 pass attempts throughout his whole entire career. And I think, he's a sophomore, junior at this point, redshirt junior, redshirt sophomore. So I'm going to just have to see it, man. I'm going to have to see it. And, I'm putting him in the need time category. Next, let's talk about Nico, man. And I actually want to talk about Nico. I dropped a whole video on the topic of what he got going on yesterday. Sitting out. And I actually called it out, man. I asked the question, in the video I dropped yesterday about this. What if a college athlete set out? What if he just set out for contract negotiations like we see in training camp in the NFL? And Nico did just that. So that's actually interesting. But no, it's nuts. It's nuts what we got going on in college football. Players sitting out, contract negotiations, wanting, $4 million when he already getting $2 million. I get it. It's just, I didn't think we'll be at this point. Now, what do I think? Do I think he's an elite quarterback? I think he could be. I was a little bit underwhelmed by the season he had. I thought he was going to have a better season this past year. I thought he was going to have a super elite season. And with we got going on right now, he might not even come back to, Tennessee if they don't want to pay that cheese, if they don't want to pay, double his salary. He might be going to another program. And with that being said, I'm putting him in the year away category, man. I just don't know. If it's up in the air if he's even going to return. He's a year away category, man. Obviously, we're going to put him at the top of the year away because he could be a very elite quarterback if because he set out today. He didn't even practice today, which is, I think it's nuts. So we're going to put him in the year away category. DJ Lagway. I've seen some people have him as the #1 quarterback in the nation for this next year, man. I've seen a list. Someone put him as the best quarterback in the nation. The best. I won't do that. I don't think he'll be the best quarterback in the nation. Do I think he'll be good? Yes. Former 5-star. He could run the ball. He could pass it, sling it all around the field. He's tough, strong. We're going to put him in the elite category. I do think he'll have an elite season, man. He was fighting for, to get on the field against a, red shirt senior that, was the actual starting quarterback for Florida. So that says a lot as a freshman. So I do think he'll have an elite season. How good Florida would be this next year, I'm not sure. We'll see, man. I'm not sure how good the team will actually be. Then that goes on to my next category, my next player, Marcel Reed, man. Texas A&M quarterback as a freshman. He was out there getting snaps, out there doing his thing. Connor Wegman, he forced Connor Wegman to transfer out. And now it's Marcel Reed's team. What is he going to do? Year away, man. Year away. I think he's a good quarterback, but I need to see the throwing ability, man. He could run the ball all over the field. He did it to my LSU. Seen it. I seen it. He did it to my LSU. But no, I do think he's a very good quarterback. I just think he's a year away from being, elite. A&M and Reed will have as good of a year as they did this past season. So I think he's going to be a year away, as well as, A&M. Avery Johnson, man. I'm going to put him in the raw potential category, man. And he is one of the best running quarterbacks in college football, man. I truly believe that, man. He is super quick, fast, and he could run the ball like not many other quarterbacks can at this point. But I do think he's raw potential, man. I think he had a little bit underwhelming season, in my opinion. And this upcoming year, I don't expect much more, and maybe I'm wrong for that. Y'all will let me know down in the comments for sure. If this y'all guy, y'all definitely let me know. I'm putting them in the raw potential category. We'll see. We'll also do another list during the year, right before the season drop, and some of this stuff may change as we see film, see different stuff. Right now, I'm going raw potential for our guy. In college football 25, he turns into a dog every single time, man. I don't know what they got going on for Kansas State, but he turns into like a 95 overall player in a video game every single time. Next, we got Jaden, Lincoln Riley quarterback, man. We couldn't leave out the quarterback guru, Lincoln Riley. We couldn't leave out one of his quarterbacks. We're going to put Jaden in a year away category, man. I think he's a pretty good player. I think he could be elite, but I just don't think we'll see that this upcoming year, man. I'm not sure what USC will be. Not sure how good their roster will be. Would they, top wide receiver, one of the best players on their entire team transferring out? That's tough, man. A lot of their receivers actually transferred out. So with that, I think Jaden will be a year away, and we'll see what he actually become. Drew Alter is going to be next, man. Penn State starting quarterback, and in theory, he should have a good year, man. Second year as a starting quarterback under the same exact OC, that usually means pretty good things, man. But I just question some things. They're going to be a running team. Penn State has a very good roster. They're going to be a run-first team. I'm going to put him like year away. Don't make sense because he's already an older guy. But I'm going to put him in the year away category because I just don't think he's elite. I don't think he's going to be an elite quarterback. He's pretty high in the Heisman Trophy odds. Not saying I'm betting, but he's pretty high in the odds. So obviously, a lot of people think he's going to have a good year. The team is going to have a good record, so he'll probably have a good year. But I just don't think he's an elite quarterback. Especially, I question the wide receiver room, man. I do. I question the wide receiver play, who he's going to be throwing the ball to. They're going to be a run-first team with their starting running back, the dog, coming back for his senior year. So yeah, I'll put Drew in a year away, even though it don't make sense. But like I say, I just don't think he'll have an amazing season. Next, we have Sam Lovelock, and this is going to be, people not going to like this, man. You go ahead, dislike the video. Go ahead, because you're not going to like this if you like Sam, if you're an Arizona State fan. Year away, man. Year away. Put him at the top half a year away. Maybe I'm just not Kenny, like the head coach Kenny. I think he's a good guy, younger guy. I don't want to call last year a fluke. I'm not calling last year a fluke at all. You lose your best player, Cam. You do return your best receiver, so Sam do have that working for him. But you do lose your best player, Cam Scatterboo. And I think they're not going to have the same year they had this past year. Winning the Big 12, making the playoffs, getting blown out. I just think we're going to see a little bit of a step back, sophomore slump, if you want to call it. A year away. I do think next year, the following season, he could jump up to be elite. But yeah, I said, had a good season, and I don't want to call it a fluke. I'm just thinking it's going to take a step back this season. The whole team, including the quarterback play. Next, we have John Mateer, and he is a transfer to Oklahoma, man, coming from Washington State. I can't say I watch much Washington State. I can't say I know how good he is. For that reason, like, he is a popular name. He is pretty high in the Heisman Trophy the Heisman Trophy race when it comes to betting odds. I believe he's like plus 250 or 2,500. I'm gonna put him in a year away just because I don't know enough about him. I can't say I watch much Washington State where he's coming from. He could be in this elite category, but I just don't know enough about him to put him up there. So I'm putting him in a year away, man. I told you. The elite category, everyone not going to go into elite, man. We see it's starting to even out a little bit. Next, let's talk about Talon Green. This is going to be Arkansas quarterback and raw potential, man. Like, he has the potential to be a very good quarterback, man. 55 completion percentage last season. You know, I question how good Arkansas will be in the SEC this upcoming year. And it's tough. It's tough, man. It's tough to be a great quarterback when your team is not great around you. So I'm going to put him in the raw potential category. He could be a year away. He could be in the category above, but I believe he still has raw potential. And he might have a good year. We'll see. Gunnar Stocklin. This is going to be Georgia quarterback. And need time, man. And maybe it's a bold prediction, man. And all my Georgia, Alabama people out there, I got both y'all quarterbacks in the lowest category. I just question if they will end the year as a starter. I do. I question if, you know, these guys will end the year as the starting quarterback for both Georgia and Alabama. I wouldn't be surprised if y'all rotate quarterbacks, if different quarterbacks play all throughout the year. These are programs that want the top of the top. So if you not, you know, Jalen Milroe, if you not, you know, whoever, you're going to get benched, especially if you're not able to do it with the legs like a Jalen Milroe, you know, like some of these other guys. I think we'll see, you know, the quarterback rotate. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if these guys don't end the year as a starting quarterback. And I'm not predicting a bad year for either Georgia or Alabama. You could win games, but if you're throwing interceptions, you're going to get benched, especially when you're not the second-year starter, especially when you got talent behind you. Next, we have Jackson Arnold. He transferred to Auburn. He got benched at USC for Jaden Mavada. And now he's at Auburn. And former 5-star. What do we think he's going to be? I think he's still raw potential, man. I have to see it. I honestly have to see it, man. I'm assuming he's going to start. I don't know if the team announced it yet. Assuming he's going to be a starting quarterback out there. I just need to see it. I need to see the production. And he could go into this a year away elite category. But for right now, I'm calling him raw potential, man. Raw potential. Auburn, they need some better quarterback play. And we should see it with Jackson Arnold. I'm just not sure. I just need to see it on the field. And the last quarterback, and we're going to do something bold here, man. The last quarterback, Bryce Underwood. When's the last time we seen a phenom freshman come in and take over college football? I think we do. I think we're due, man. I think we're due. I'm doing something crazy. I'm going to put him in the Heisman candidate category, man. I think he's one of the best freshman quarterbacks we've seen in a long time coming out, man. Long time. We'll see. Maybe he belongs in the raw potential category. I'm more than okay with being fine, but I want to make at least one bold prediction with this whole entire tier list. Please let me know if I'm bugging down below. But do I think Michigan will have a phenomenal year? I mean, if they go 8-4, if they pull out 9 wins, you could still win the Heisman with 9 wins. We've seen it happen. We've seen it happen with with Travis Hunter. Pull out 9 wins, 8 wins. You could get in the Heisman Trophy race, especially if you out there carrying the team. He could be a Cam Newton type player. But maybe this glazing, like I said, y'all let me know down below. But I ain't putting them in the Heisman Trophy race as a true freshman taking over the program. They gave him all that money for a reason. They ain't giving that money for no reason, y'all. But other than that, if y'all enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe. If y'all want to see the next version of this, I'm thinking about doing just a tier list of like college football teams, man. The top 25 college football teams and put them in a similar type tier list. Y'all let me know any other ideas y'all want to see down below. Other than that, click the video on the screen now for my reaction to Nico trying to renegotiate his contract. Click the video on the screen now for that.